Let's slow down in the back.
Give it a little scene setter. All right. Hello, everybody. This is JT Siskowski for Status Coup. We are outside, live outside of the Broadview ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. What you're seeing here behind us is a protest of a couple of hundred people who have gathered to protest the actions of ICE here in the Chicagoland area. They had come to try and block this eastern approach to the ICE facility in Broadview. State police have come in riot gear to clear this street and support ICE vans passing on the road. It's getting quite a bit of pushback from the crowd. And, of course, a change in dynamic here, because we have heard from local leaders, state leaders, Governor J.B. Pritzker saying that he's not supportive of the ICE action here in Chicago, and yet his police force is out here supporting ICE in this moment, helping their vans pass on the roads. We've seen at least 2 arrests in the time we've been here. The first was when authorities were first clearing the street of what at the time was just a few dozen protesters. One protester who was using a cane had sat down on the road in a form of passive resistance. Police took that person and arrested them, took them into custody. And then what has gotten the biggest response from the crowd out here today has been the passing of ICE vehicles, specifically vans that pass by. These vans have tinted windows, but even through the tinting you can see the metal mesh that they use as like prisoner transport vans. And when those vans pass by, it gets quite the animated reaction from the crowd. And at some point when one of those vans was passing someone from the crowd, then there was some sort of altercation. We didn't see the exact start of it, but one person from the crowd was then arrested by ICE police. And since then, the crowd has started to get a little bit more animated, started to come alive a little bit.
And mention that these vans, some of these vans don't have license plates.
Yeah. These vans, in addition to being very clearly meant for transporting people that they are taking prisoner, they have no license plates. So we've seen, of course, ICE now for a while covering their faces, ICE officers covering their faces so they can't be identified. Their vehicles now having no identification on the back side of them either. So we're going to walk now into this crowd. We're going to start to give you a sense of what it's like here so you can actually see the state troopers who are out here and start to see and get a feel for the crowd. So we'll make our way inside here now. It started as a protest had been scheduled here this morning to start at about 7 a.m. Central Time and last until about 9 a.m. When the protests first began, it was maybe just a couple of dozen people here at the intersection of Harvard and 25th. And it has since grown to this couple hundred that you see now. For a while, there had been a prayer group established just outside that was praying for the end of ICE operations here in the Chicagoland area. Boos from the crowd right now at just about any passing vehicle. This one is an Illinois state police vehicle. You can see here the troopers in their riot gear holding back the crowd, making sure that this road stays open. Off to your left is where the ICE facility is. Off to the right is 25th, where the ICE vehicles then go out on their various missions that they are conducting here in the Chicagoland area to conduct arrests, split apart families. Profiling are all activities that we have seen here. So yes, that down there is the ICE facility, and here we see the state police helping to keep that road clear so that ICE can continue its operations in the Chicagoland area, going so far as to arrest a couple of protesters. And we've heard there's been quite a bit of attention out here, both in terms of media, but also surveillance from ICE and from police keeping an eye on this on these protesters, which have remained peaceful. We've seen, aside from just some yelling, when police ask the protesters to step back onto the side of the street, they do so. It's been quite the peaceful scene so far, aside from those 2 arrests that police conducted.
What is he still doing here? How did that USA motherfucker? The same army guy.
saw your interview with the Congresswoman the other day. It was really good. Thank you very much.
What's your name?
Thanks for doing this.
Would you mind if we interviewed you, Dan? About
Dude,
what
I'm the worst fucking speaker
So there you go, some of these ICE vehicles that are passing. This one actually has a license plate on the back. It's the vans that we've seen not have the license plates. But you could hear that loud boo from the crowd as that vehicle passed. It's those vehicles that have gotten the most animated response from the crowd, more so even than just the presence of riot police keeping the crowd out of the street. The crowd here has been. Yeah, if you see there in the middle of police, I think we're focusing the camera on him now. Police have their own cell phone up on like a selfie stick almost. It looks like they are conducting their own live stream of the protest. The police are, which is a interesting dynamic that I don't know that I've seen at any other protest that I've ever covered.
No KKK, no fascist USA.
You hear those loud, animated chants. Those have come and gone across the protest. When those chants lull, we generally hear the crowd then shouting at the police that they are collaborators, helping ICE in this moment, and calling on officers to stand down, to either to quit their jobs and not support the ICE presence here in the Chicago area.
Twice. We will not put up with ICE. Say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. Say it twice. We will not put up with ICE.
We're going to start to interview some of the members of this crowd now so we can get a sense for why people feel so strongly about being out here. Dan, do you mind if I talk to you now?
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm standing here with Dan. Dan, I assume common spelling on that name.
Yes, sir.
All right, lovely. So why did you feel compelled to be out here on a Friday morning?
You know, the young lady that's running for Congress in my district, Kat Abu-Ghazaleh, made a call to people to come out Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. to show some solidarity with the immigrants against this fascist police state.
You referenced Kat Abu-Ghazaleh there, running for Congress in, I forget exactly which district.
District 9.
Illinois 9. Is that the kind of leadership that you want to see? Folks who are directly involved with the activist community out here, supporting actions like these peaceful protests?
Absolutely. I'm a 52-year-old white male from the suburbs, and I've got little skin in this part of the game, but there are so many people, brown skin, immigrants, people that are marginalized, that are being hurt, and this is what I'm out here for, and that's the type of leadership I want to see.
Have you seen that level of leadership at all levels here, state, local, federal? Like, where do you see a deficiency in leadership, and what do you want to see from your leaders in this moment?
On a national level, we're not seeing leadership at all from the Democrats. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries have done very little to rally our side, the side of the correct, to take action and to speak out against this. It's just not been there at all.
This is your home, your place. When you see these now unmarked vans that are driving by with the metal mesh in the windows that we presume to be what ICE are using to transport people that they've arrested, and when you see Illinois State Police supporting that operation, what are the emotions that go through you? What's the thoughts going through your head right now?
Well, I'm disgusted by what they're doing with these people, snatching them off the streets. I'm assuming that Illinois State Police are here more as a conduit to try to protect people from getting hurt or getting arrested, but also they're somewhat complicit right now.
Walk me through what you're wearing. You are decked out right now. It seems like we've got a hockey helmet, goggles. Like, why go through all the steps here to protect yourself?
So I was here last week, peacefully protesting, and I got lit up by about 10 pepper balls, rubber bullets. I got hit in the head at least 3 times. I got hit in the back 3 or 4 times, hit in the butt 3 or 4 times. Yeah, so I wasn't going to get slapped around again. If there's a show of force, I want to be ready.
I think that's a theme that we're going to see in a lot of these interviews is you look around and how prepared people are for the potential of state violence being enacted on them. Does this feel like America to you?
No, it was the first thing that I texted my family when I got out of here last week, was that I couldn't believe that this is the state I grew up in, this is the country I grew up in, and always looking at law enforcement as people that protect us, and they're not protecting us right now.
Dan, thank you very much for talking to me. Is there anything else that you would want to leave me with our audience with, while you have this platform, or anything about your personal story that I wouldn't necessarily know to tease out that you think would be interesting to share in this moment?
I just want to say fuck ICE.
Got it. All right. Clear message from Dan and from a lot of these protesters out here. Thank you very much, Dan. We appreciate it. We'll try and find some more folks to talk to here in just a moment, but as I do, we'll take another survey here of the scene as to exactly what it looks like out here at the, this is along Harvard Street, the intersection of Harvard and 25th in Broadview, Illinois. If you're just joining us, which is the eastern approach to the ICE facility, you're looking down the street right now towards the ICE facility, where we have seen a lot of these unmarked vans driving in and out, presumably the vehicles that they are using for prisoner transport. When we see ICE doing these actions out in the Chicagoland area, arresting people, splitting apart families, splitting apart communities, profiling as a way to carry out Trump's immigration agenda here in the U.S. and also, as we've seen recently, produce propaganda for their own mission. They're going out with cameras, feeling free to put people's faces out there who they're accusing of being illegal immigrants or otherwise criminals. And all to make themselves look heroic in the process. What's your name? What is it? I'm a reporter with Status Coup and sweet. Would you mind if we interviewed you about why you're out here today? I don't want to do Come over here. Sorry. All right. So I'll have you start, if you would, just spell your name for me. So when we put it below you on screen, we get it right.
You know, man, I think I'm cool. I don't want to be seen on.
No?
Yeah, I'm just a little nervous.
All right. Yeah, you see that from a lot of the folks out here at these protests. They're afraid of being identified. They're afraid of any repercussions coming back on them just for exercising their First Amendment right to peacefully assemble, to exercise their right to free speech in this moment, which I think is probably a sad commentary on where we're at as a country, that you feel like you can't speak your mind as to how your leaders are acting, how your authorities are acting against your community in this moment without worrying about repercussions. So we'll try and find some more folks to talk to here in just a moment. Right now we're hearing the crowd doing which side are you on chants. They've come back to a lot of these crowd favorites, crowd staples that we've heard over and over again at protests similar to this.
We're on the free side. Which side are you on? My people. Which side are you on? We're on the free side. Which side are you on? My people. Which side are you on? We're on the free side. Which side are you on? My people. Which side are you on? We're on the free side. Which side are you on? My people. Which side are you on? We're on the free side.
I'm interviewing people that want to be out here today. Don't touch them. That's what I'm asking.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Thank you very much. Sorry to bother you.
Which side are you on?
I'm a reporter with Status Coup, and I'm on the outlet. Progressive. We're looking to talk to people about why they felt compelled to be out here on a Friday morning. The message you're open to deliver is. Do you guys mind if I did an interview with you?
No, thanks. Not today, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Pardon me, folks. I'm a reporter with Status Coup. We're an online independent progressive outlet. I'm looking to interview folks about why they wanted to be out here today, what message they were hoping to deliver. Would you guys mind if I interviewed you? Understood. Let you go back to it. Ma'am, my name's JT. I'm a reporter with Status Coup. We're an online outlet. I'm interviewing people about why they wanted to be out here today, what message they were hoping to deliver. Would you mind if I interviewed you?
I'm not doing that right now. I'm sorry.
Understood.
We're on the freedom side.
Excuse me, sir. My name's JT. I'm a reporter with Status Coup.
We're on the freedom side.
Interviewing people about why they wanted to be out here this morning, what message they were hoping to deliver. Would you mind if I did an interview with you real quick? What's your name?
We're on the freedom side.
My apologies. All right, so I'm standing here with Rodrigo. Rodrigo, so just when we put your name beneath you on the screen, can you spell it for us so we get it right?
Rodrigo.
All right, Rodrigo. First, give me the why. Why did you want to be out here on a Friday morning outside of the Broadview ICE facility?
I'm Hispanic. I have family members who are also Hispanic and who came over here. They're afraid to go to their jobs every day. They're afraid of getting shot. They're afraid of getting pulled over. I work at a hospital and I worked an overnight shift and I came here straight from there. I made sure to grab medical supplies. I taped some fucking crosses so I could look like a medic. I'm a protester. I've been to a couple protests before. All my life in Chicago, from 2020, from before then too. I wanted to come here today because I've been here at Broadview on the 16th for Mexican Independence Day, and I was there with only a few other people. At that point, I was able to park my car all the way up to the fucking gate over there, like past where the gates are over there, and I was able to see and talk to people and try and get like at least license plates of people. Every time these cars pass by, I'm screaming a license plate. I'm letting you guys know which cars are fucking coming and going. Maybe one of you guys catch it on audio, maybe you guys pass it around, that'd be great. But I mean, everybody's got their phones out, everybody's watching, everybody wants to get this done. You just want to make sure people are safe. They're disappearing people. They're not making sure people are cared for. Horrendous conditions. People are going without food, water. People are getting fucking raided in apartment buildings over in the 75th, 77th, over in like South Shore, South Side Chicago. That's a mostly black community. Like, this city is very segregated. So if you say a neighborhood, motherfuckers know which people are in that neighborhood. But at the same time, we also got to remember that we have to be united. Like, they got a guy over on fucking by the highway, a black guy, ICE agents. They were beating him. They're not coming just for Hispanics. They're not coming just for illegals. They're coming for all of us. And black Americans have always said it before that this country is a violent country, and that they'll go for everybody, and they've proven that they've gone for everybody.
So there's a lot of, I can feel the emotion coming off of you in this moment. Walk me through some of those feelings that you're feeling right now. I mean, you're talking about some deep themes: community, family, fear. Walk me through some of those emotions that you're feeling right now in this moment.
Definitely fear. Every time I come over to this, I've been here twice so far. When I came each time, big knot in my stomach, big things, very scared. Anger
of what specifically?
Fear of being recognized, but at the same time, I start pulling my mask. I don't give a fuck. I'm small fry. I'm a single person. But at the same time, like, I need to see this stuff from my own eyes. I'm a historian. I have to make sure this stuff is viewed, and to make sure I have a clear idea of what happened. I see these things happen every day on social media, and I have to verify it. I have to make sure that what I'm seeing is true, what I'm seeing is real. And that's why I've gone to the other protests before when I was younger. But I had to verify, and I had to see what's going on. There's anger. There's fear. It's community. I love community. That's the one I'm finding the most. I'm trying to be strong with. Finding love and just looking at people in the eyes and remembering, hey, we're here together. We're outnumbering them. We have to remember that. We outnumber them. That's not a call to violence. It's a call for action.
You referenced how, when you were here before, able to get closer to the facility, able to do things like see license plates and that. And over time, we've seen authorities, first ICE put up the illegal fence that's blocking Beach Street down there. Authorities moving people back further and further and further from the facility. Now we see Illinois State Police out here actually keeping the crowd out of the street so they're not able to block the ICE vehicles as they come and go. There's got to be at least some level of local state cooperation with ICE in order to make something like this happen. Any disappointment in your local leaders, your state leaders?
I am a little bit disappointed in any officer who does help with these state officers, whichever ones that agree to be here and to do this. I'm disappointed in you. Mayor Brandon Johnson, I've seen him speak. He's been pretty clear on that we need to be united. Him and Pritzker have been trying to stop this stuff. I'm appreciating of that. Same time, we need to move urgently. One of the persons I followed who's been documenting all this is Cohen.489 on Instagram. She's somebody who's running for office here. I'm not sure what district. I'm not sure what she's trying to do. But from her Instagram stories and posts, I've been seeing the escalation of the fences being put up, of them shooting tear gas, of them shooting pepper bullets. I don't know if you guys saw, there's a state cop right here walking around with a fucking pepper gun. Like, he's ready to shoot. Like, they're ready to shoot back at us. I bring my skateboard just for transportation. I gotta get to point A, point B. I don't know if you guys saw that video of that Mexican dude running on the bike downtown. Praise that dude. He's a fucking real one. Same idea, man. We have only our bodies, only ourselves to keep us safe. So I'm gonna use this as my mode of freedom, my mode of transportation, my mode of fighting back. That's what all skaters believe in. At least I would hope so. Shit.
Was the helmet just because of the transportation that you took here, or is it because you're worried about state violence out here?
I'll be honest, I don't wear a fucking helmet. I skate in the street. I skate downtown in the street. I skate Grand Park. I skate in Little Village. I skate back of the yards. I skate everywhere. I'm wearing a helmet for these motherfuckers. I've seen people getting shot. I've seen the falling bullets. No. I work at a hospital. I know brain injuries are very critical. I brought some med aid stuff. Very, very little. I've got gauze, I've got alcohol pads, I've got Band-Aids, I've got medical tape for some small things, but I believe state violence from them is precedented. They've done it before, they will do it again. Remember, America has put state violence on its people whenever they thought. Check out the people in Memphis, check out the people in Oregon, check out the people in LA. All those protest movements, they have been getting violent acts on them. Yeah.
We've seen at least 2 arrests in the time that we've been out here since about 6:30 this morning. What did you see in those 2 arrests? What's your reaction to them?
So I definitely did see one person getting dragged over here on this side. I'm frustrated because I want to jump onto the street, and there's people on the other side encouraging us to jump on the street. They're good faith because they know that we're overwhelming them. We could overwhelm them. We could get our comrade back. We could get that person who is here. Well, all of us are here. We're all taking a risk to be here. We're all sacrificing our identities, our jobs, our livelihoods to be here. And to see somebody being taken like that, it makes us want to jump in and save that person. And it's scary, though. It's really scary because, again, this is your lives. This is your jobs. These are. Nobody wants to sacrifice their comfort. But at the same time, like, when do you start doing that? Because they will keep taking. They've proven they will keep taking.
Thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else you would want to add or leave us with while you had the platform? We could talk to our audience. Otherwise, I'm content to let you go back to the protest. Thank you very much for your time.
If you're a big dude, get in the front. If you are somebody who can take the hits, please get in the front. Use your privilege. Use whatever you got. I'm a white Hispanic. I'm going to use my fucking privilege to go up here. I'm going to confuse them by speaking Spanish. Help out anybody you can. It's very scary, I know. But at the same time, know that there are people here who are helping, are willing to help you, who could push for you.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the time. So just in case you're just joining us, just to get a sense for where we're at, what's happening right now, this is outside of the Broadview ICE facility, Broadview, Illinois. This is the crowd. It's about, say, about 200 or so people that are out here demonstrating against ICE's operations in the Chicagoland area. These protests began around 7 this morning here at the intersection of 25th and Harvard in Broadview. People were trying to block a street by establishing a picket line across this street. This is Harvard. Marching back and forth across it just to try and deny access and entry for ICE vehicles, specifically some unmarked vans that we have seen go in and out that it looks like they are using for prisoner transport. But not very long after that picket started, the village of Broadview parked 2 public works trucks directly across the picket line. You can perhaps see some of those trucks now down there, the backside of some of those trucks. That's where that picket line first started. Authorities parked those trucks there to try and interrupt the picket line, but as the crowd kept growing, the police presence grew along with it until eventually these Illinois state police officers arrived in this riot gear that you see and began to do crowd control to hold back the crowd from being able to occupy the street, and in that way are allowing a lane for ICE to continue to operate here in Chicago by accessing their facility up and down this street. Police had been hoping that protesters would gather at a different location for their protest around the corner from here. That is the southern approach to the ICE facility here in Broadview. They had set up some designated protest areas using concrete barriers to try and keep folks out of the street and keep the lane open that way. But the protesters instead decided to gather here, and we see the response in terms of manpower that police have had to use in order to keep people out of the street. We've seen 2 arrests in the time that we have been here. The first was when state police first cleared this street, and one man with a cane sat down in the street as a form of apparent passive resistance or passive protest. He was arrested, and then a second person was arrested not long after one of these unmarked ICE vans passed by, which garnered quite the reaction from the crowd. And one person was taken into custody as part of that reaction. If you are joining us, one of the things you can do to really help support this kind of on-the-ground reporting is, first of all, like this stream. That helps more folks find out about what's happening here in Broadview right now. Just that simple action of clicking like on the stream right now. And those loud boos that you're hearing, are for ICE vehicles that drive past. We see some of them are marked with Mexican flags in the windows. But you see the officers, the masked officers, sitting in the vehicles as they drive by. It gets the loudest reaction from the crowd. Now chants of shame are ringing out. That is something that we have heard over and over again, directed at the vehicles, directed at the police that are here keeping the street open. But as I was saying, the biggest thing that you could do right now to help support the work that we are doing is liking this stream, because it helps the stream get out to more folks. And going beyond that, please share it. Share it with more people so that more people can see what is happening in Broadview, Illinois right now. We've been on the ground here for more than a week covering these demonstrations and ICE's actions here in the Chicago area. We've seen some national folks in that time, but they come and go. We remain here on the ground, so the best thing you can do to support us in our work would be to subscribe to the work that we are doing so you can continue to get updates on everything that we are doing here on the ground. And then also subscribe to our work in terms of giving us just a few bucks a month or a few cents a day helps keep us here on the ground covering what ICE is doing here on the ground in the Chicago area. It's as low as $5 a month if you go to statuscoup.com/join. Bob, are you at all interested in an interview? Trying to find out why people wanted to be out here on a Friday morning, the message they're hoping to deliver.
Very short.
Sure? Yeah, we can do a short interview.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bob, I'm here with Bob. Bob, I'm assuming that's common spelling on that name.
Yeah.
All right. So, Bob, I want you to first, the question I'm beginning everybody with is, why did you want to be out here on a Friday morning, bright and early, to protest against the ICE facility here in Broadview, Illinois?
It's really hard for me to answer. Well, I'm very emotional about this. It makes me cry when I see the way they pick people up, separate families. My daughter-in-law has a special needs kid. His mom was picked up. She probably was a good citizen, you know, like all these other ones. And it just makes me sick what they do.
You talk about that emotion that you're feeling. Can you describe that emotion that you're feeling right now? Give us just a sense of some of those emotions that are going through your mind, through your heart.
It's hard to hold in. Right now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to continue to hold it in. It's hard for me to talk to the people here because when I start talking, I'm very emotional.
Give us a sense of your Chicagoland. We're going to turn here. You can hear the crowd having another animated reaction as another ICE vehicle drives by. Multiple ICE vehicles now coming through. And you see here the crowd starting to react to try and block the passage for these vehicles. We see authorities now getting quite physical with the crowd. We're trying to get up here to give you a better view as to exactly what is going on. You can see the police pushing, shoving protesters.
Let people through! You pushed me! What the fuck are you doing? You are letting people through who are kidnapping Illinoisans! What the fuck?
Saw that there as protesters reacted to some of these vehicles driving by. It's those vehicles, those ICE vehicles driving by that gets the strongest reaction from the crowd here, and the force that police used in response to shove people back onto the grass and out of the street here. We've seen now protesters trying to get the police, trying to make them shout messages at them that they are collaborators here. They are collaborators with ICE, trying to urge the police to quit their jobs and allow this protest to occupy the streets, to deny ICE the ability to pass here on Harvard in Broadview, Illinois, and access their facility.
So I don't know how this is confirmed, but somebody told me that Kristi Noem might be here.
You would let anyone through.
If you're just joining us again, we're in Broadview, Illinois, outside of the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility, about a block down from it, where a protest has gathered here this morning. See protesters locking arms here in case the police start shoving again. Some of the protesters are putting on respirators We've seen ICE, we've seen federal authorities at a previous demonstration this past Saturday fire tear gas into the crowd. This crowd very much prepared for that eventuality. Many of them have respirators of some kind. Many of them choosing to put that on now, just in case things were to escalate. Another ICE vehicle coming through. This is when we've generally seen the most interaction between protesters and police. You can certainly heard the animated response there from the protesters.
Officer Kenny, there are people kept in there. There are people kept in there in unsafe conditions, officer. You want to uphold public safety?
Sidewalk or grass? Right there, guys. I know you press, you get your shot. Sidewalk or grass?
Officer Kenny, people being held against their will right there in those cars and in those cages.
Another convoy of ICE vehicles now coming out from the facility. You see the ICE officers there wearing the masks over their face to conceal their identities. It's been a hallmark of how this agency has operated.
Is this what you stand for?
As they go out on missions here to arrest people, profile, and split apart communities. You see one officer there with a weapon of some kind.
It's an earnest question. You doing your bidding? You doing your bidding, sir? Are you different? Officer Kenny, are you neutral in this fight? Or are you just neutral letting them through, sir? Were you neutral letting them through?
Let's go get the guy in the prison too.
My name's JT. I'm a reporter with Status Coup, an online independent progressive outlet, interviewing folks about why they wanted to be out here this morning, the messages.
Big scuffle on my side.
Interviewed two of you, one of you, about what? Yeah, we'd love to. What's your name? Lee. And
Nancy Goodman.
Lee and Nancy Goodman. My name's JT Siskowski. It's nice to meet both of you. This is my cameraman, John. How you doing? So we'll give John just a second here to get set up, and then we'll start the interview. And it was Nancy. All right, I'm here with Lee and Nancy Goodman. Is it common spelling on both your first names? And
Goodman.
Lovely. So first, I wanted to get a sense from you both. I've been asking everybody this. Why did you want to be out here this morning? Why did you feel compelled to be here?
We've been out here any number of days over the last couple of weeks. It was important to see how things are progressing and how they're continuing, because the effort is not going to be a one-day effort. It's going to take some time, and it's really encouraging to see so many people showing up like this.
Nancy, anything you would add to that answer about why you personally wanted to be out here?
The times we've been out in support of migrants, it's always important to us, to the extent that they can know that the migrants inside the facility know someone is out here that cares about them and that's fighting to help them.
So I want to address just what you're wearing here, Lee. Makes you stand out in the crowd. Explain the message that you are trying to deliver to folks right now.
I'm wearing a replica of a World War II Nazi concentration camp prisoner's uniform. The badge on my jacket is a blue triangle. Every group in the Nazi camps was identified by a color-coded triangle. Jews had yellow triangles, LGBTQ people had pink triangles, migrants who were imprisoned in the camps by the Nazis had blue triangles. Since we're putting people in concentration camps in this country right now, we want people to look back at the lessons of history.
And I'll just note for folks, I think it's probably in the shot, but yes, Lee has that blue triangle there on his chest. So certainly a profound message that you both are delivering. I'm going to read the signs off that you both are holding. We know what's next, and we're peaceful. And again, that blue triangle, and ICE is violent. So you drawing some very direct comparisons to history here. We have heard folks in this administration say that, or at least in the party that's in power, saying that, comparing us to fascists is a direct call to violence. I'm assuming that you see it more as calling it like you see it, sort of a deal here. How do you respond to that sort of thing? That messaging goes too far.
The labels are a point of contention. So I look at the actual behaviors, and what the administration is doing right now is precisely what the Nazis did. The patterns of snatching people up off the street, not giving them due process or allowing them to defend themselves in court, picking up because of who they are in terms of their racial or ethnic or national origin identity, and then disappearing them into massive camps. This is exactly what's going on around this country right now.
Nancy?
I think that what's happening, including suppression of the press, is like Lee said, a pattern in history, as is lying about the people who are victims in the many struggles over time, whether it's Jews, whether it's blacks, whether it's now, in this case, migrants, the lies that are told that these are all criminals. And these are people struggling to have a good life and to care for their families, and they're being treated terribly, and it's shameful.
So you referenced, both of you, that you've been out here for several days. Are you from the area?
We're from the northern suburbs, just a few miles away from here.
And how long have you lived in the Chicago area? Give me some of your Chicago bona fides.
Most of my 72 years.
Same.
So we're talking decades of experience of living here. When you see these images of ICE out occupying Chicago and the surrounding communities, going on these protests actively, there's some booing from the crowd, which generally is a sign of a vehicle passing, but and one car is going through right now. So if you hear those boos in the background, that's what's happening. Those vehicles passing, getting some of the largest animated reaction from the crowd. But when you see this happening in your own community, what are some of what's going through your mind? What are some of the emotions that you're feeling? What are you thinking about?
Well, Chicago has a long history of people fighting back against oppression in one form or another. There were the labor strikes, there were the migrant strikes, there have been racial riots, they call them, or massacres, depending on how you look at it. So I look at it in terms of our history, and that's what has made this city and this country so strong, is people have always been willing to fight back when it was needed.
Same thing, it's like we were here last week. We got tear gassed a little bit. We were at a distance. It wasn't terrible, but other people got it a lot worse. We're both 72 years old. We've been protesting since we were together in high school in student council. In 72 years, this was the first time we got tear gassed. These are different times. It's rather astounding that this is where the country is at this point.
I know that in these moments it can feel a little bit hopeless. Do you guys find hope, strength in the fellow people that you see out at these protests, in each other, in that history that you reference? I mean, where do you get your energy to continue to come out and express yourselves in the face of the state violence that we see?
All of that, and from the fact that reporters like you are willing to come out here and report on what's going on. That's very important.
Yeah, brownie points from me, Lee. Thank you very much.
I think, like I said, we've been at a lot of protests, and we've seen low points in our history and a return to decency. So this is a really low point, but we hope, as in the past, things can get better. So we keep trying.
I'm really interested where you see that path to a return to decency in these moments when it can feel so low. What is the trajectory? How, if you want to deliver a message to folks who are at home who are going to be watching this, what should they be doing? What is the path that you see to get from where we are now to a place of decency?
I think those who are already against this administration are already there and are coming out and are supporting the protests that are going on. I think those who are for Trump at some point will kind of realize hey, we're hurting too. This what he's doing is not good for us. Whether it's the economy, whether it's someone they know that gets affected by this, whether they can't get jobs because the economy's difficult. I think people will feel it and things will take a turn. Maybe it's the midterms, maybe, who knows? Things can take time, but we're hoping for a better turn to things.
Lee, anything you would add?
It's always unpredictable what the path will be, but you have to have confidence that it's there.
Thank you both very much. Is there anything else that you would add before we move the camera off of you? Anything you would want to say while you had the platform?
I think she said it pretty well.
You said it pretty well.
Thank you both very much. I appreciate the time.
Gates open. DHS is moving.
Oh, the gate down by the ICE facility is open. We see a gathering of officers, of authorities down there. Generally, they keep these gates closed and only open them when vehicles come through in a very controlled manner. You see
It's confirmed Kristi Noem is there. With,
Kristi.
Greg Bavin.
You've seen that?
It was confirmed, yeah.
Okay. So we're learning that Kristi Noem is actually here at the Broadview facility as well as Greg Bavino. So these are two higher-ups within the Trump administration who are out here. We have seen... We've seen Greg Bavino use this as an opportunity to get in front of cameras, including his own in terms of ICE cameras. They've used this as an opportunity to produce propaganda about their mission here in the Chicagoland area and in ICE's broader efforts in cities across the country. Where in one instance we saw a video where outside here of the Broadview facility when ICE agents arrested and tackled folks who were out demonstrating. That video then posted to Twitter with some hype music behind it. There you see one of those vans passing by. John, did you see if that one had a license plate? Yeah, we couldn't tell. Some of these vans that have been passing that they use for, we presume, for prisoner transport do not have license plates on it to prevent identification, similar to how we've seen ICE officers operate with their faces covered. If you're just joining us, again, we are outside of the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. This is a protest that began around 7 o'clock this morning and has only grown since. There's now, I'd say, probably 200 to 300 people out here who are demonstrating against ICE officers. And the latest developments were that there were 2 arrests by Illinois police earlier. They took 2 people into custody, and right now we see the gates down by the Broadview facility opening that could, and a large contingent of federal authorities down there gathered, though they haven't made any moves towards the protesters as of yet. But it is something that we've seen at previous protests out here, where they have gone so far as to tear gas the crowd, shoot pepper balls, shoot rubber bullets, and protesters have told us that they feel that the use of that force is somewhat random. It's frustrating for the protesters because they don't feel like there is any clear set of rules for them to try and abide by to exercise their First Amendment rights without being met with force from ICE. If you can, please support us by liking this stream. It helps more people find it, more people see what is happening on the ground here in Broadview, Illinois. We've been on the ground here for more than a week now, covering these demonstrations and covering ICE's actions here in the Chicagoland area. Liking the stream, but also sharing it. Subscribing to our channel so that you continue to get more updates from us in the future also helps us out. And if you could, the thing that actually keeps us on the ground doing this important work is being able to give financially for just $5 a month or a few cents a day can help keep us showcasing the stories of folks out here in the Illinois area and in stories across the country that we cover. If you're already a supporting member, you have my thanks right now, because it is because of your generosity that we are able to be doing this work and bringing this stream to you right now. See more protesters. You might be seeing some protesters out here wearing respirators. That is them coming prepared for the eventuality of tear gas. Many of them have had their respirators on for some time now, just anticipating some sort of ICE action. But so far the most force we've seen is actually from Illinois State Police, who are out here, some of them in riot gear, to push this crowd back and keep a lane on the street here open to the Broadview facility so that ICE vehicles can continue to pass, as well as some vehicles to some local businesses. We see right now, Illinois State Police are moving the protesters that are across the street from us. They're moving them back, creating a bit more space here on this street. We've seen that. We've seen this dance back and forth between the protesters and the police, where the police will force back the protesters and then over time allow the protesters to move a little bit forward into the street. We've seen some violent pushing and shoving. Oh, we're seeing it right now across the street. We're seeing police shoving, going after some of the protesters. And if they do indeed take her into custody, it looks like they are attempting to. It's an elderly woman that they will be taking into custody here. This is the third arrest that police have made in just the couple hours we've been out here. Chants from the crowd of "Let her go" and "Shame."
They're coming! They're coming!
Oh, and now we see DHS officers coming down the street towards the protesters.
They step down the street and do whatever the hell they want to us, or what?
And you see them advancing there in a big group. You see some folk, you might see some cameras out there getting video of them walking. At previous, on Saturday night, we saw some of those same cameras out getting video of these authorities as they arrest. Greg Bavin is at the front of this group, decked out in a helmet. See some of the officers there with the zip tie, wrist bindings that they will use, the quick arrest kits. Aside from Greg Bavin, we see a lot of Border Patrol agents. I'm seeing patches for Federal Bureau of Prisons. Many of them have their faces covered. Greg Bavin is talking to the state police right now.
It's a warning.
Greg Bavin is shouting a warning to the crowd. Couldn't quite make out what it was, but he said, "You get one warning and one warning only." And then after that, I could not hear what he said.
Oh, they're getting the mask on. Get your mask on.
Yep. Oh. They are pushing the crowd back now. Pushing the crowd back quickly. They're moving the crowd back onto the lawn. You see some of the pushing and shoving happening. Tackling one of the protesters. Pushing back others.
What did he do?
Holding her hands behind the back, dragging her across the ground.
Let them go!
And taking her back into the crowd of some other officers.
Keep an eye on her.
Yep. Seeing some pushing and shoving.
A lot of pushing and shoving.
Some of the protesters linking arms now.
Link arm!
Protesters calling out to link arms
Link arm!
as a way to hold the line here against the federal authorities.
Link arm!
Standing across the line there. See one protester holding a sign that says "Veterans demand stop militarizing our cities." Yep, his name is Kevin. We interviewed him at a protest recently. He is a veteran, standing there calm on the other side of that barrier. And out here we see an MRAP, armored vehicle. They've got a weapon up there of some kind. There's also a drone covering all of this. Protesters calling out that they are peaceful. So if you're just joining us now, this is Broadview, Illinois, outside the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility. Mike.
You're facing a bunch of people that are unarmed, and all we're doing is singing and chanting. And you need a big fucking gun to face us. And you need to mask your face to face us. Why? Because you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, each one of you.
She needs help. She needs help.
Is that your enemy? Is that your enemy? A 65-year-old woman? Is that your enemy? Is that your enemy? Does that make you feel big and strong?
Help her. She didn't do anything. She was literally standing. I have it on film. Where is the line for you? How far are you willing to go? Are you going to personally execute people next? Are you okay with that? Is it worth it for the fucking paycheck? Because these people are getting shipped off to places they don't even know. They don't have enough food, don't have enough water, don't have a place to sleep. They're not going home. They're going to strange places where they have no resources.
2/3 of the people who were detained at Alcatraz have disappeared. No trace. We don't know where they are. They're probably dead. You're a kidnapper. You are a kidnapper. You are a kidnapper. You think you're out here protecting the law? What law takes people away and disappears them? And we can't find them. Their families can't find them. Where's due process?
Bumping after taking an 8-year-old girl from her family.
Yeah, this probably fucking turns you on because you're all a bunch of pedophiles like Trump who you serve.
Get the fuck out of our state. You have no place in civilized society.
who takes selfies, fist bumps, and laughs after taking an 8-year-old girl from her family. What is fucking wrong with you?
Come for your family. Will you still be there?
They fucking will. They fucking will.
Just keep an eye. Seen a couple of drones out here recording, not sure exactly, surveying the area, not exactly sure who they're with.
That's definitely Homeland Security.
We suspect it's with Homeland Security. See some more of these ICE vehicles coming through on the street here.
Get the fuck out of our state, you fucking fascist!
See that it's the Illinois state police officers who have donned gas masks when ICE last deployed tear gas on these demonstrators out here outside of the Broadview facility. They ended up also tear gassing local police as well, which the local police chief spoke out against. We're going to move now and try and show you what's happening from a different angle. This is the intersection of Harvard and 25th. Some of the protesters have spilled out in the street here.
Not that we know of out here, how we call her earlier with Border Patrol Chief Rodrigo, but we haven't seen her come out and try to address protesters at all. Now it looks like you can see they're leaving at this area.
They're using their armored vehicle there to clear a path through protesters as police move folks to the side. Over here, it's mostly local and state police controlling the crowd. All right, let's get back closer to the facility. You see more ICE agents and other Homeland Security authorities. Just want to take a moment and call out the fact that what you're seeing here, this is the United States of America right now in 2025. That's the scene that you're seeing play out here. I don't want that lost. I don't want to act like this is something that's normal, that happens all of the time throughout. There's certainly been instances in American history where we have seen similar scenes like this, the use of state violence to clear protesters, but ostensibly these protesters are protected under the First Amendment right to peacefully assemble and to express themselves. But instead, we've seen federal authorities come through, push people back, push them out of the street with the help of state police and local authorities as well, and arrest at least 4 people that we have seen. You hear the crowd now just turning to chants as we're settling into perhaps a new normal for this protest. We've seen it here. If you're just joining us recently, over the course of the last couple of hours, what we've seen is this protest grow. Originally, it was just a few dozen people, a picket across Harvard Street, which is the one that has access to the Broadview ICE facility. That the facility is off to your left. They were trying to block this street so that ICE vehicles could not come in and out, and thereby disrupt some of the ICE operations here in the Chicago area. But at first, local authorities tried to block that with just a couple of public works vehicles to keep that picket from being able to cross the street. They started going around it. The crowd grew, and then we saw Illinois State Police come out in riot gear to hold folks to one side of the street or the other in order to keep a lane clear for ICE vehicles. And we've seen quite a few of those convoys of ICE vehicles come in and out, including some vans that have obvious cages in the inside of them. And now we're seeing a little bit more pushing and shoving up here as authorities push back the crowd even more. Again, this is mostly led, from what I can see, by Illinois State Police. See quite a bit of pushing and shoving in there.
You brought the violence. You brought it.
Got another arrest happening. This one led by federal authorities.
Come on, Dukes. Come on, this ain't Miami, Dukes. I am Dexter, Dukes. The world is watching. The world is watching. The world is watching. The whole world is watching. The world is watching.
You gotta keep an eye on Greg.
That's Greg Bavino that you're looking at right now. Personally tackling one protester.
Get there! Fucking piece of shit! Get off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck out of here! Get off my land! Get off my land! You fascist fuck! Get out of here! Fuck you! Get off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land!
You can tell that state police
Get off my
are assisting
land!
ICE.
Get the fuck off my
Yeah, state
land!
police are definitely assisting ICE out here.
Go home!
Get off my land! Get off my land! Get off
helping
my
them conduct their
land!
operations as they arrest these protesters.
Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land!
Collaborate with ICE.
Get off my land! Get off my land! They're my land!
We're recording all this.
This is Broadview, Illinois, outside the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility where protests have been underway for the last couple hours.
The fuck off my land!
Largely peaceful protests
Get the fuck off my land! Get off
that have been now systematically pushed back away from the ICE facility and away from the road that leads to the ICE facility. Now onto the lawn of a private business down here.
Motherfuckers! You don't belong here, bitch! Get off my land!
Watch them arrest many protesters, including we just watched Greg Bavino personally arrest one just a few moments ago.
Get the fuck off my
Illinois State Police have been assisting ICE out here, keeping the road open for ICE vehicles to continue to get past the protesters. And now the Illinois State Police protecting the federal authorities who are out here effecting arrests and pushing back against the protesters using physical force to move them back, to arrest them.
Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land, motherfuckers! Get off my land!
Let's go over here.
To my land! Get off my land!
Personally, what I keep coming back to in all of this is the development that we've seen now with Illinois State Police helping federal authorities. We've seen the Democratic leadership here in Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker, try to resist the Trump administration, saying he does not support what the Trump administration is doing out here, and yet his police are out here using physical force to force back these protesters, arrest several of them, protect ICE vehicles and federal authorities. Yep, standing right there, close to the federal authorities, is a man who's dressed as a priest.
Up with liberation. Down, down with deportation. 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 Up.
this older lady.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. I'm a reporter of Status Coup. We're an online independent outlet. Would you mind if I interviewed you about what you're doing out here, what you're seeing, what you're feeling?
I'd rather not have my face out there. Sorry.
Understood. It's a common people here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, thanks. Pardon me, sir. I'm a reporter. What's your name, man?
Dave.
Dave. Okay. All right. I'm here with Dave. Dave, first, we've seen a lot happen here in just the last few minutes. A lot of, with federal authorities now coming out, pushing back this crowd. I just want to get your thoughts, your feelings in this moment. What do you think about the use of this state violence against these protesters?
It's pretty terrifying. It's frightening, yeah. I'm really surprised that the state police are here seemingly doing what, ICE is telling them to do. It's pretty disgusting. I'm angry, very, very angry and, frankly scared. These people... The ICE people are waving around weapons. They don't seem to have any trigger discipline, anything like that. So it's ugly. It's very ugly here.
Yeah, we've seen several arrests. We've seen, the use of force. And one theme that we've heard in talking to a lot of protesters who have been here over the course of days is that idea that use of force is somewhat random. It doesn't feel like there's a good set of rules for you and others to be following before you're met with that kind of force. You talked about just then seeing Illinois State Police out here collaborating with ICE to move these protesters, keep the road open for ICE vehicles, working with the federal authorities. Do you have a message to your state leaders in this moment?
Fight back. What are you doing allowing state police to be used like this? And you're absolutely correct. It feels incredibly arbitrary. Why were we pushed back? They're shooting some kind of propaganda video. All these ICE twerps hanging on the side of a truck. This was just to get video shots.
Yeah, I'll call that out. Give a little bit of extra context there. We've seen several folks moving who are in high-vis vests that are carrying cameras. We've seen several drones swooping overhead. And at previous actions like this, we had seen those same people, and then later, ICE will post some sort of propaganda video that shows them attacking protesters and, in general, just acting tough. And it seems like it's the same exact thing here. The road was open. State police had opened the road. ICE could continue to use it and move through even as the protests continued apace, but still came out and used this force regardless. So let's back up for a moment, and if I could, Dave, get from you, why did you want to be out here in the first place this morning?
I came out last week, and I very much wanted to be here today because I live on the south side of Chicago. They did a raid in South Shore. It was disgusting. They arrested everyone in that building, or I guess detained everyone in that building. Children were handcuffed. Everyone pulled out of their beds in the middle of the night. Just awful, and that's only a couple of miles from my house. So I felt really strongly that I had to come back today.
What does it make you feel as a Chicagoan, to see this happening in your community?
Oh, it's disgusting. It makes me so angry. I feel enraged and kind of helpless. What can I do? Congress isn't going to fight back. No one's constraining the president. The courts seem to be willing to go along with it. All I feel like I can do is at least show up and be a witness. Say, hey, this is not how I want my country to be run.
Did you come out here with anyone else?
No, I came by myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have... it's a Friday morning. You could be spending it doing any number of different things. You felt compelled to be here. We got some of those emotions as to why. What are you hoping what's the message that you're hoping to deliver, and who are you hoping to deliver it to?
Well, I hope that, Pritzker is paying attention to this. I hope that, he and other state leaders, that they stand up and do what they can to prevent this kind of, it's terrorism. These people... watching them, it makes me horrified.
We're hearing words, horrified, terrorism, to describe how the U.S. government is treating its own citizens in this moment. It looks like there's...
State police are putting their gas masks on.
State police are putting gas masks on. So we're going to put ours on as well in this moment, just in case tear gas is about to be deployed.
This is one we're going to say when the National Guard gets here too, but this is for all of you. No honor in this mission.
I'm not sure if you're able to hear me right now, but if you are, I want to just illustrate, this is where we're at as a country. A reporter is putting on a gas mask, just trying to cover a protest that was not disrupting ICE operations in any meaningful sense. The road that these protesters were protesting over continued to remain open. To test the seal of my gas mask in case they are about to deploy tear gas. My cameraman John is putting on his gas mask as well, just taking all the precautions that we can. You'll see respirators, gas masks elsewhere in this crowd as folks prepare for the eventuality of being tear gassed by authorities.
Your interview?
Yeah, I was going to draw it to a close anyway when you start talking, so that's fine.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You might have full?
Yeah, I got it. So we're seeing just about everyone wearing gas masks now, which would seem to indicate that tear gases or something similar is about to happen. Just a lot of tension in the air right now. A lot of protesters linking arms.
Thank you.
A lot of protesters linking arms, preparing for whatever might come next. They've been systematically moved back a few feet at a time by federal authorities. Many of them tackled, arrested, shoved. I'll note that it's really just authorities here in this part of the protest who are wearing gas masks. Out by the street, police are not wearing their gas masks right now, which seems to indicate that maybe if something's going to be deployed, it will be more in this area, on this grass, where I will note that authorities moved the protesters here. Authorities told protesters to be here on this part of the ground, and now seem to be preparing to perhaps go as far as to use tear gas on the protesters who are in the place where they were told to be. Among all this excitement, I should keep thinking that some of you are probably just joining us for the excitement that we've seen now over the last hour or so. Terrifying use of state violence. If you see the value in what we're doing, bringing you this on-the-ground perspective, broadcasting it across the country, across the world right now, share this stream so that others can see what is happening in Broadview, Illinois right now. Like the stream, that also helps it get out a little bit. Subscribe to our channel so you can continue to see this on-the-ground perspective. We've been on the ground here in Broadview for more than a week. show you what authorities are doing. Now have 3 different helicopters circling. When we looked earlier, many of them were news helicopters. Local news helicopters. I can only hope that you can hear me and everything that I'm saying right now through a gas mask that I'm wearing. I would check our own comments right now to see what people can see and hear from me. But I have to have my hands covered in gloves because I don't know if they're going to fire rubber bullets at us. Okay. I need to protect myself in every way that I can so that we can continue to bring you this coverage right now. This is the lengths that we have to go as a free press in the United States of America to be able to continue to bring you these stories.
Welcome, my friend. Did you see the arrest by chance?
So if you're still with us, thank you. See, some of the protesters are using music right now as a form of protest. Put the microphone on that guy.
Get off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land! If you don't like my people, get the fuck off! Get the fuck off! Get the fuck off my lands! These are Potawatomi lands, Miami lands, Illinois lands, Ojibwe lands, Anishinaabe lands. Get the fuck off my lands! Get the fuck off my lands! Why are you here? Why are you in my backyard? Why are you in my front yard? Why are you here? Get the fuck off my lands! It's real simple, bro. Go get the fuck out of here if you don't like my people. It's real simple. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't like Mexicans, get the fuck out of here. If you don't like my people, get the fuck out of here. If you don't like Native people, get the fuck out of here. It's real simple. It's real simple. 533 years, we ain't going nowhere. We're still here. Get the fuck off my lands! 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 Get the fuck off my lands!
Families apart. It's your job.
Get the fuck off my lands!
My name's JT. I'm a reporter with Status Coup. We're not
Get the fuck off my lands!
what people are feeling.
Why are you here?
Mind if I interview you real quick?
Why are you here?
Don't mind.
Think it's gonna be a white nation?
Love that. My cameraman's right behind us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was checking you out. What's going on, man? Nice job with the mask. I saw you fucking doing your interview with a mask, trying to talk to people. It's fucked up, yo. I get it.
Yeah. Doing the best we can in this moment. So if I can have you start, just tell me your name.
My name is Joe. Joe Cool on YouTube.
Joe, thank you for talking to us. What are you feeling in this moment right now?
I feel the unity of these guys and the evil of these guys. I'm out here because I got no skin in the game, but I'm next, right?
How do you mean? Spell that out for folks.
I mean, literally, I'm not an immigrant. My family, none of that shit. That's not why I'm out here. I'm clear that this shit can happen to me. I will be next if I allow it to happen to other people. That's what brings me out here, man. Plus, I love everybody, man. Even these clowns.
So a strong. I'm getting the emotion off of you. You know, I'm sensing it in this moment. What made you want to be out here on a Friday morning? Like, why'd you feel compelled to be out here today?
I do that. I'm an activist anyway. I fight everybody's battles, man. So I don't have a problem with it. That's my job under God. I'm not religious, never been to church in my life, but under God, being a good person, that's my job. I come out and do this shit every day. If I'm not filming these dudes, I'm filming the police, a public official somewhere, helping somebody. Yeah.
And so would you call yourself a member of the media then at this point?
I absolutely am a publisher of media. You know, I've been doing this for years.
So maybe we share some similar feelings here, but how does it feel to see this amount of force used against members of the press, members of the public for peaceably protesting?
It sucks, but I'm starting to get used to it. Not the first time. I've been to 3 or 4 protests a day for years, man. I'm used to it.
I just want to take a moment. Feeling used to it, becoming inured to it in this moment, becoming numb to the fact of state violence being used against peaceful protesters. I'm sorry, Joe, to interrupt you. I just felt like people should probably feel that emphasis.
No, I get it. I think that's the norm, right? All these guys that claim to be good, looking out for us, soon as someone writes on a piece of paper telling them to treat us shitty, they jump on board. These are not our fucking friends, man. They've been tricked and fooled, in my opinion.
We've heard from a lot of state leaders, local leaders, hey, our police aren't going to be used to help ICE. That doesn't seem to be the case here today.
Never been the case, right? I would never believe in it. I had to question them if they're selling me that shit. They should know better if they're a public official. I'd have to question them if that's what they're saying.
So, I mean, what kind of leadership do you want to see from your elected officials?
No fucking leaders. They're supposed to serve me. That's not their fucking job to lead me. Their job is to follow me and do as I ask. These niggas too, by the way.
We've seen further down that way, we see more officers wearing gas masks in this moment. Seems like they might be getting ready to tear gas. Any fear? I mean, I'm kind of struck by how relaxed you are.
Shot out here, man, gas here, other places, but here they're particularly violent. Every fucking hour or so, when they was let a person out, they would just shoot people and clear the streets like that. So, yeah, I'm used to it. I don't fear it. It's not fun. But shit, I probably got gas and some clothes from the last time I was over here. I ain't washed shit. Yeah.
What action do you want to see from the folks who are watching this at home right now? What can they do in this moment, do you see?
No fucking comment. You feel me?
Fair enough, yeah.
No fucking comment, man. That sitting on your ass shit ain't gonna do it. I don't know if this is doing it. And when a motherfucker hurts you and get violent, I'm not a fan of laying down. And these guys get violent. They just shot a motherfucker for crossing the street. You know, and no one will make them pay a price. They won't be held accountable, man. It might be incumbent upon us at this point.
It seems like you're saying that it's not surprising. You've been to many of protests over the years that some of these tactics aren't surprising. You do say like it's particularly violent out here. As someone who I'm getting the sense that you're like
on the west side. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah. So as someone who lives in this community, I mean, what does it feel like? I mean, do you
an invasion? Right? That's what it feels like. Foreigners coming in and changing shit and taking over. All these people are brothers and sisters and love each other, man. People have a way of feeling their own way, having their own minds about a thing. They feel it's wrong and immoral. I'm not sure it's your job to tell me how to feel and what I should do. If I'm not hurting no one, if I'm out here protesting, man, you don't get to do this show of force, bring in all these motherfuckers and scare my friends and family. That's not right.
And I assume when you say invasion, you don't mean it in the sense that Donald Trump has used it like an invasion of foreigners, of immigrants. You mean it in an occupying
force. That's what this is. Clearly, right? You know, they're even trying to show you, they're trying to intimidate you by their presence and show you how tough they are. How the fuck is that their job? They're public servants. Who the fuck is tough? Nigga, I grew up out west. None of you cats is tough. Everybody tough when they got their friends and guns and numbers, but we got the numbers for real, man.
So I get the sense that you're not feeling intimidated. That you just referenced that's their intention, but you don't feel it.
I'm a cop watcher. I've been filming these motherfuckers for years, man. No chance, man. The fear is gone. I'm sorry. It look like they pushing motherfuckers around.
Yep. That's the head. Joe, thank you very much for talking to us. I appreciate it. JT.
Thank you. I got a picture of that.
I'll look you up too, man. We just saw Greg Bavino driving away there in that Tahoe down the street, leaving the facility. Authorities now clearing the street after some protesters had moved out there to yell at Greg Bavino as he moved by. But that's the kind of dynamic that we've seen out here for the last several hours, is these protests continuing to grow over time, but authorities moving the folks back and back and back from the street where they had been attempting to peacefully disrupt ICE's operations out here in Broadview, Illinois. And this is the kind of clash that we've been seeing between. This is the same. The guy in the gray shirt is the same troublemaker that we've seen across the day. Just kind of starting shit with the protesters out here, chanting USA, and generally being supportive of the federal authorities out here. At least one occasion, he had to be escorted away by authorities. It looks like it might be about to happen again. No, maybe not. But he had to be escorted away by authorities because they felt that he was being a destabilizing influence on the crowd.
Where's your grandma from?
Yes, sir.
Where's your grandma from? She ain't native.
I'm from the United States, sir. I love my country. I believe in red and blue. I'm proud American.
Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land!
Authorities escorting him away again, keeping space. I'll just note how near uniform these protesters are in their voice. There's not much of an appreciable counter-protest at all demonstrating any sort of support for ICE. That one gentleman that you just saw in the gray shirt was really it. Is all that we have seen out here. Otherwise, most of the Chicagoans that we have spoken to almost uniformly have denounced the ICE presence here, said that it feels like an occupation, say that it feels like they feel less safe with ICE in their communities than they did before, because a lot of them feel that they could be next, even if they themselves are not an immigrant, if they are native here to the United States. Doesn't seem to matter. ICE is using profiling to pick up people. We've seen some of the random arrests here in this protest, but there have been several others besides it, and you multiply that in instance after instance, and you start to get a sense of the scale of the state violence that's being carried out here. Prompts a little. We've seen several faith leaders out here singing, leading prayer circles.
He's got a good song now.
You know the border is south of here, right? Do you guys know geography? I don't think you do. You're in America right now. You're not in Iraq or Afghanistan.
We're within 100 miles of a U.S. border, so they're actually within their jurisdiction. Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land! Get off my land! Get off my land! Get off my land! What are you here? Get off my land! Get off my land! You guys enjoy it.
I'm with Chris. Walk up Chicago.
You guys laugh about it.
Nice to meet you.
You guys, get off my land! Get off my land! Get off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get off my land!
I do want to try and interview that guy.
Yeah, I've been on my big boy best. I've been on my big boy best.
My name's JT. I'm a reporter of Status Coup, online progressive outlet. Would you mind if I interviewed you about your message that you're delivering on your
everyone.
Yeah. What's your name, man?
John McCombs. Let me put this.
Yeah.
USA!
All right. I'm here with John McCombs, was it?
Yes.
All right. John, we've heard a lot of from the protesters out here. We've heard a lot of dismay, a lot of anger, a lot of rage. You're the first one who I've seen really fight back with ICE with some humor here in just the last few minutes. So first, can I get a sense for what your sign says?
Yeah, of course. So basically reminding them that there wasn't a war here before they brought it here. They called Chicago a war zone. Well, before this administration, we weren't having Black Hawk helicopters hover above buildings and raiding people. We didn't have uniformed gangs disappearing people in broad daylight downtown with holding guns. We didn't have federal agents literally murdering people as they're resisting being kidnapped. So if anybody brought the war, they brought the war.
safe to say you feel less safe with ICE in your community.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They're not protecting any of us out here. They're scared of us. That's why they have the guns. That's why they have the tactical vests, because they're scared of us.
We've heard, I've been able to hear, and I don't know if it's come across on camera, but some of the lines that you've been yelling have been pretty funny. I'm not going to attempt to describe exactly what it was because nothing ruins a joke like explaining it. But why are you fighting it with humor and with just kind of pointing out the obvious absurdity of what's happening here?
Because it breaks through. It breaks through, makes them maybe realize like how ridiculous they are, how ridiculous this looks. Like honestly, they're probably used to being called fascists or used to be called Nazis, all this. But if I tell them something a little bit funny, I'm like, hey, like, is this fill the hole in your soul? Is this like, where did your life go wrong? I don't think you grew up wanting to be an ICE officer. Like, which police academy did you fail out of?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly sticks with me. It's different than a lot of the stuff I'm hearing out here. Yeah. Why did you feel compelled to be out here this morning?
Because of what they're doing. I mean, look at where our country's at right now. The government's shut down. They're literally disappearing people off the street. Like, we are in the throes of fascism. And people think fascism is going to come to them with swastikas, goose stepping, and with a German accent. No, fascism is going to come to us in a suit, gripping the American flag, holding a Bible upside down. That's what fascism is going to come to us looking like.
Yeah, as making a reference there to President Donald Trump during his first term holding the Bible upside down during when he dispersed a Black Lives Matter protest to be able to have that photo op. Yeah, so I'm reading that your shirt says Veterans Against Trump. Are you a veteran?
Yes, I was in the Marine Corps from 2013 to 2017.
Is this the country that you serve to defend?
It's looking less and less like it every single day. I mean, every single day there's some new atrocity, there's some new violation against our Constitution. I mean, everything from violations of free speech, violations of unlawful search and seizure. I mean, you name it, they are breaking it, and they're breaking it at record pace. And I swore to uphold and defend the Constitution, and that's why I'm out here doing it, upholding and defending the Constitution.
So with that shirt, saying Veterans Against Trump, why is it important to showcase that you are a veteran? Why do you feel like that's an important part of your identity to showcase in this moment?
Because so often the right wants to co-op veterans, co-op the military, and say like, oh, military conservative, Marine Corps is conservative. No, they're not. I know a lot of people in the Marine Corps, a lot of people who are veterans, a lot of people who are even active duty, who talk to me every day saying that they are disgusted about what's happening. And I want to make it clear that veterans are here too, and we are absolutely disgusted about what's happening in our country.
Are there any particular instances of ICE activity here in the city that really come to mind when you use the words like disgusted? What has been that's really grabbed your attention or stuck in your heart over the last few days, weeks that we've seen Operation Midway Blitz underway?
I mean, everything seems like it's topped every single day. Before the raid that happened in South Shore, where literally they took American citizens without producing a warrant out of their homes in the middle of the night and tied them up on the street. For what? For what? That's the type of raid you do in Iraq and Afghanistan. You don't do that on the streets of the United States. And before that, it was them marching around in downtown Chicago in full battle gear. Like, there are literally people walking around, walking their labradoodles right past them. That's what I mean. Like, they're bringing the war here. There is no war here until they showed up.
I mean, is that, you see it as a war, like in those explicit of terms?
Well, they want to keep painting it that way. And so if that's the language that they're going to use, that's the rhetoric that they're going to use, then I have to take them seriously. I have to take them at their word that they say, oh, this is a war zone? Well, what part of it makes it a war zone? Because I've lived here for 7 years now, and it hasn't felt like a war zone until literally they showed up.
We've seen a lot of folks here in the crowd afraid to talk to press, not because they don't feel like they have something to say, but just because they are afraid of reprisals of some kind, of being singled out in some way. You're standing up. You felt comfortable. I don't know if I should say comfortable to talk, but you felt willing to talk. Why do you feel like it's important to speak out and be out here publicly in the way that you are?
Because just the same as fear is contagious, courage is also contagious. And maybe I should say infectious. So when people see other people standing up and actually doing something about it, when people see veterans showing up and actually doing something about it, then they'll feel like they have the courage as well to show up and do something about it.
One question I've also been asking everybody I talk to out here is just the emotions that you're feeling in this moment, being in this crowd right now, seeing the state violence being carried out. What's been reaction? What's been going through your mind, through your heart right now?
I mean, a lot of just anger. but also a lot of hope. I mean, I literally see people who weren't even part of this protest necessarily, but live on this street, who are outside their houses right now watching what's happening. And I think there are the majority of people see what's happening in our country and are absolutely disgusted. And even though they might not be here for whatever reason, that's fine. You know, everybody shows up in their own way, but they need to see that there's a resistance. And I feel encouraged knowing that there are other people who feel likewise and are going to come out here and be bold and put their bodies and lives and at risk, honestly, because they're the ones, like I said, who have rifles and have guns trained at us. And we're just not going to stand for it.
Is this your first anti-ICE protest? No. Okay, that's kind of the sense I got. But like, really, what I'm trying to get a sense for is, they've got the full backing of the federal government to continue to be out here enacting this violence on the Chicagoland area. Do you have the energy, the strength to continue to go the distance in resisting it?
Of course, we live here, you know, and they are under the foolish notion that they will always be in control, they will always be in power. No, they won't. They absolutely will not. It will shift. It will come back on them, and they will have to answer for it someday.
What do you want? What do you want that answer to look like?
I want the full force of our laws to be in. I want them to feel the full force of our laws. You know, I want them to feel the fact that they violated the unlawful search and seizure. And this is not just ICE as well. I'm also talking about the Trump administration in general. You know, we're talking everything from the bribes, the corruption, all of that. Like, we have a Congress right now who is paralyzed to do anything because the Republican Party only belief right now is whatever Donald Trump feels. And so we need the Democrats to be back in charge and them to actually hold these people accountable, because that's the only thing that will keep our country together, is actual people being held accountable. And also the Democratic Party doing better than it has, not just saying nice platitudes and then not actually fighting. We need them to fight. We need them to show up.
Thank you very much, man. Is there anything else that you would want to leave our audience with while you had the platform? Anything else that I should have asked about but didn't? Anything from your life experience that you think would be relevant in this moment that I haven't teased out from you so far?
One other thing I'll say is I actually am running for U.S. House of Representatives in Illinois District 7. Yeah, I didn't want to lead with that necessarily because I'm like, I would rather you hear that I'm a normal human being first and foremost, but I'm out here. And we need other candidates, we need other representatives, we need other elected officials out here fighting like we are fighting on the front lines, unafraid to actually show up and do the hard work.
We've seen several folks like yourself running for office being out here demonstrating, putting their bodies on the line as part of this. In your mind, should every local, state, federal leader be doing the same?
In some capacity, they need to be at least addressing it. I mean, obviously not everybody can be out here on the front lines, but they need to be at least resisting. And we need to see that resistance. They need to be speaking to it, whether that's showing up in court or whether that's, you know, organizing fundraisers, whatever it has to be, they need to be doing it. They need to be out here. They need to at least be seeing what's happening. I think they should at the very least make a trip out here because they need to see what this is like.
Governor J.B. Pritzker has, spoken out against the Trump administration a million different times, said that, he does not support the immigration agenda that the Trump administration is pursuing, especially in the state of Illinois. And yet we see Illinois state police out here arresting folks, pushing back the crowd. What should J.B. Pritzker do in this moment?
Well, I mean, obviously he needs to hold the police accountable, and I know for a fact, like many of these cops, I've talked to some of them, don't even want to be here. They don't want to be here. They don't want to be doing crowd control on a Friday morning, but they're here because ICE is here. They're here because they have to be here, because ICE is scared of us. They're scared of protesters. Like, that's why we're all the way out here. I did this 2 weeks ago, and we were up at the facility, face to face with ICE. And now, because ICE is scared, they need to erect barriers, they need to erect fencing, they need to do all this stuff because they're frightened of us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Nate.
So it's just another voice. We've brought you many here from out of this protest in the several hours that we have been out here now. Just a reset for those of you who might have just been joining us. We're in Broadview, Illinois, outside of the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility, which is just down the street to my left, your right. Protesters came out here this morning to block the street, one of the streets that has access to that facility, and challenge ICE as their convoys came in and out of the building. Over time, local authorities parked some trucks across the road to try and block a small picket. That's how the protest began. It was just a small picket of a few dozen people to block that picket. The crowd grew. They moved around those trucks. Then Illinois State Police came out in riot gear, pushed the folks back off of the street, or at least cleared a path through the street for those ICE vehicles to continue to move through and do their and go out on their missions here in the Chicagoland area, where they have been profiling folks, where they have been doing raids, where they have been separating families, breaking apart communities. We've heard a number of those stories from folks out here today. And then, of course, we saw the federal authorities march out in their photo op style, in almost like a flying V formation, trying to look so cool in their combat fatigues, as they walked out here with Greg Bavino at the head of them. And then they got very violent with the crowd, pushed them even further back, now well away from the road, onto some grass here around the buildings. If you have appreciated the coverage that we have been able to bring you over the, 3 hours now that we have been out here, if you have been able to appreciate that coverage, please share this stream, like it, so that more people can see what is happening on the ground here in Illinois, in the Chicago area. We've been on the ground here for more than a week, bringing these stories. John himself got tear gassed here just last week. We're anticipating maybe more tear gas this morning. We saw a lot of officers put on gas masks, but ended up, we haven't seen any deployment beyond that. The crowd here has been very peaceful, mostly singing, chanting back at the crowds. The most hostile it's gotten is a little bit of pushing and shoving back and forth. We've seen several arrests. Please share this stream. Please subscribe if you can. It's those few dollars a month. It's $5 a month, 16 cents a day, to be able to keep us on the ground doing this important reporting work that you're not seeing from the national media, or to the extent that they're here, they parachute in and then they leave. They're here for one day and they're gone. We continue to bring you the voices of the activists on the ground, show you what ICE is doing on a daily basis. We'll turn here. We're going to try and maybe get some more... get some more folks to talk to. Hi, my name's JT. I'm a reporter with Status Coup. We're an online independent progressive outlet.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Record of what's happening here.
Well, it's literally my job. I don't know that it's in your job descriptions to be out here, though, based on what you guys are wearing.
Well, it is. The greatest commandment is to love God and to love our neighbors. And we're here because we love our neighbors. And we see our neighbors, and the people in our own congregations are scared of coming to church because of what they are seeing happening in our city.
Scared even to come to church. They don't feel like church is a safe place to be anymore. A house of worship.
Yeah,
That's correct.
That's right.
And legally, no house of worship is a safe place anymore because Trump rescinded the protection on schools, hospitals, doctors' offices, and all houses of worship. On the northwest side of Chicago yesterday, we had a school crossing guard who was kidnapped off the streets by these thugs in the middle of their job, helping children get safely to school.
I get the sense that y'all are local, but can you give us a sense first? And let's start with names. Can I just get your names real quick?
Yeah, my name is Ann Louise Hawk. I'm the pastor of Wellington UCC here in Chicago.
My name's Kristen. I'm a pastor at Living Water Community Church up in Rogers Park.
I'm a Rogers Park resident involved with our local Ice Watch community.
Lovely. And thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And I didn't get your name.
Joey.
Okay. So, so let's get some Chicago bona fides. You talked about where you are, your houses of worship a little bit. How long have you been here? How long have you lived here? And where does the current moment, does it have any
precedent? No, I've lived in Chicago for over 30 years. This is stunning. I've never seen anything like this before.
Joey, how long have you lived and organized in the city of Chicago?
1968. Back in those days, in those times. And I'm just pissed that we're facing even more horrendous violation of rights right now. Yes.
And even the Democratic Convention in 1968.
Yes. And in the 70s. It wasn't like this. We didn't have all of these assault weapons and tough guys with masks. I mean, we just saw them, they just picked up people here, were nonviolent protesting, and they just pushed them back, knocked them down, and
arrested them.
Did them for what? I'm
their
seven.
singing is not that bad, you know.
I mean, a little off key, but.
So I just gotta say, I'm 79, and I have 2 sons who are brown skin, and I have little grandsons who are brown. And so I'm here for all of our siblings, neighbors, and community, and my kids and grandkids as well. The future's really scary.
And Joey making reference there to the fact that ICE is allowed to profile people just based on how they look in order to pick them up. Right. I assume that's what you're talking about there, yes.
Racial profiling.
So, getting draped in the... It's getting draped in the American flag out here. So, why is it important to have voices from the faith community out here today? Why do you feel like you have to be here?
This is an act of what it is that we believe, and it's important for us to show who we are, and we're followers of Jesus. What would Jesus do? I think he would be here today with us.
No, you don't think. You know. Actually, he might be, flipping tables and... Yeah, I mean, I also think it's really important, there's a complicated history with being clergy, right? Christianity has not always been on the right side of issues, but it feels important to be here as a representative of faith, as a representative of communities, to say we have authority that's actually greater than theirs. I told my ICE patrol guy who threatened to arrest me if I didn't back up faster as he was shoving me. I said, I hope I see you in church on Sunday.
I love it. That's great.
I hope you do.
Yeah. I don't think I will.
Would you even know if you saw him because it's likely his face was covered?
Right. We spent a lot of time with eye contact as he was trying to forcefully push me back. I would recognize him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you'd be able to feel his soul as soon as he walked into church.
And he would be welcome.
I will pray for him tonight. I mean, I can't imagine how soul-killing it is for them to do this job. Yeah. I know that there are folks on that line who are conflicted, who... are looking for a way to put food on the table for their families and make their rent payment, and that's why they got recruited into this hate machine. Yeah. So,
my father-in-law was in the National Guard in the 1968 Democratic Convention here in Chicago, and he ended up becoming a conscientious objector because he was asked to carry a gun on one of those tanks in his own neighborhood, and he realized it was wrong. So I'm praying that all of these guys who are standing here are looking and they're seeing this and they're realizing these are our neighbors that are standing here peacefully, and it pricks their conscience as well. And they have the option to be COs as well.
If I could get you all to just kind of take one step in towards each other, just so I can keep the microphone on you a little bit, I appreciate it. Make it a little bit easier on me.
Put Joey in the middle.
Yeah.
So, you took some moment to describe them as largely peaceful protesters. Have you been out here since the beginning?
Morning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've been here all morning. We started out with a prayer service over on the other side of the building, there was a mostly Protestant prayer service on that side of the building, and a mostly prayer service mostly led by Jewish folks over here on this side of the building. So as I was saying with one of my Jewish comrades this morning, we really felt like this building was surrounded by prayers, and we are continuing to pray that it is peaceful on the part of all of us who are showing up today to show what we mean. And I think that has been true. I have not seen any violence on the part of anyone who is demonstrating at all. People's voice, they were shouting, but that's the only thing I've seen is a lot of shouting. So people have been caring for each other.
Right. And I would just say we came prepared. I didn't even know how to put this on, but I'm grateful we didn't need it today. So far. It's always so far, but yeah. So that's it.
What's your message for folks who aren't here today? How should they be involved if they feel the same as you do? And I think they probably do. I mean, just give you a sense, like, it is enraging to be out here this is the United States of America, where the right to assemble is enshrined in the Constitution. For folks who are not out here right now, what is your message to them? What do you want them to be doing in this moment?
They need to step up. They need to get involved. Not everyone has the privilege of being able to bring their body here for safety reasons, for job reasons, health reasons, immigration reasons. But everyone involved. Exactly. There is something for everyone to do. Join an ICE Watch group in your neighborhood. Join a rapid response group. Show up outside of our neighborhood schools to make sure that kids are safe as they come and go to school. Get to know your neighbors. If you can spare some money for families who've had the main breadwinner detained, help out. Stand up. Speak up. There's something for all of us to do in this moment.
Make sure that you and all your neighbors know their rights. Yeah. Make sure that you and all your neighbors understand what to do if ICE shows up. Get the training so that you can respond in a intelligent way. Those trainings are being offered by ICER, Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights, every Thursday on Zoom. So it's super easy for anybody anywhere, not even in Chicago, to get that training so that they're prepared. Just this last week, I showed up because there was in a neighborhood near my house, there was ICE, and one of the high schools and neighborhoods was being targeted. So a whole bunch of neighbors just showed up on all of the street corners around Albany Park so that everybody that was leaving the school, all the moms and their kids and dads and their kids that were walking home from school that day would know what was going on. They knew their rights, and we were watching out for ICE so that we could report it quickly and get help if it was necessary. And I think it kept the kids safe going home from school that day, so I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, I just want to add that even though Chicago is just a bunch of neighborhoods, we all have names for our neighborhoods and claim its fame and glory. Yeah. But we cross borders. We have people involved. We've trained in adjacent neighborhoods, suburbs. We have a lot of immigrant friends in Albany Park. So when we got the call, we showed up.
Yeah.
It's not just we're number one, Rogers Park, but we show up when we need to, wherever and whenever.
Right, and we need...
We're seeing ICE officers return now on their armored vehicle.
Rip those families apart! Yeah, really, there's a sniper up on top! Jesus Christ. Man, you motherfuckers. This is sad. This is real sad.
Oh, I like his t-shirt.
Okay. So, if you're just joining us, you've missed a lot. We are out at the intersection of 25th and Harvard here in Broadview, Illinois, outside the Broadview, Illinois ICE facility. I have not been able to check chat very much here today because I've been wearing these gloves. For a time, you may have seen me wearing this gas mask here that's tucked up under the crook of my arm, or wearing these goggles, and it's all to protect us against the state violence that we've seen enacted both at this protest against peaceful protesters and at previous protests where we've been at, where cameraman Joe was tear gassed, and John, God. See, I've just been going. We've been live for a long time here, starting to feel a little fried in the heat. What was that, John?
Yeah, you're talking to a lot of people.
Talking to a lot of people. Thank you for being a good sport along with me here. But it's just been absolutely ridiculous. What we have seen, what we have experienced, what we have felt out here as authorities have consistently escalated the amount of force that they've been using and the amount of resources that they've put here into the streets. The protest has grown alongside of it. It is probably a couple of hundred people. They're spread out both here along this side of the street that you're seeing and that street just beyond those police. That is Harvard, and that leads up to the ICE processing facility. And then it comes out here into 25th Street, where you see some of the protesters there spill onto the other side of 25th. And then over, you can see some of the signs held aloft there on the on the far side. These protesters have been peaceful, as I've said, but they have been met with shoving and with arrests from authorities. It seemed for a moment that tear gas was going to be deployed. We watched a lot of officers put on gas masks, not dissimilar from the ones that we are holding. So we put ours on for a time, preparing for that deployment of tear gas again out here. Thankfully, it has not happened, and the protests have been allowed to continue now with pretty minimal interaction between authorities and the protesters. It's just been back and forth of shouting, some occasional shoving, but really since the last spate of arrests, we haven't seen much.
Standing there with a gun on you, facing me down. I ain't got a gun, babe. I got nothing. I got a phone. I got one of these. It don't shoot. It don't do nothing. It just kind of sticks in my pocket. Gets hot every once in a while. What did they do, guys? You tell me. What did they do? What did they do to you? I don't get it. I don't get it. What did they do to make you hate these people so bad that you are willing to rip their families apart? What did they do? I don't know. Well, you'll have the option at Christmas to open gifts with your family. They won't. They ain't going to have that option. Their daddy's on a plane to South America somewhere in cuffs and chains because he crossed the border. This is sad, people. This is real sad. You know, tell me something. I don't remember, where is it in the Bible where Jesus grabbed the immigrants? Where was that? I thought he actually loved everyone. How did Jesus pick out the ones to rip their families apart? How did he do it? God.
Excuse me. Sorry, man. Hey, man, what's your name?
I give my name off. And, my name's Don.
Yeah, he's
gotcha.
JT.
Just want to introduce myself. Thank you.
He knows me.
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous, man. This is beyond ridiculous. This is 1941 is what this is. Yeah, you gonna take them to the showers? You gonna take them to the showers, guys?
So you've been trying to talk to them. Have they responded?
Not at all. No, not at all. I mean, you would think for people to hate someone so badly to literally rip their family apart intentionally, not because a kid ran out in front of your car. No, these people are doing it intentionally. I just can't imagine hating someone that bad. I just can't. I can't imagine hating somebody that bad. And they won't tell me what they've done. I mean, every one of them just stand there and you know.
We've seen that from a lot of the protesters, like asking for any information whatsoever. They get nothing back from ICE. I mean,
you know what though? These people are going to sit at Christmas dinner and they're going to ask God to bless their family. And maybe they can ask a special blessing for the families that they ripped apart that will not be able to have a Christmas dinner because of you.
We're seeing them.
That's all right. You know, they're just brown people. They don't count anyway. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Yeah, think about it, son. Think about it. The families that you're tearing apart. Think about the babies, you know. Babies, there's a few of them probably never even going to see their daddy because you just tore them apart. Because you just hijacked that person and shipped their ass out of here. I don't get it, guys. I really don't get it. Why? Is it for the 30 pieces of silver? Is that what it's for? Is it the 30 pieces of silver?
What's been your feeling about the arrests that we've seen out here, the force we've used by authorities on peaceful protesters?
Here Saturday night, I got a face full. I got one of them that grabbed me and stopped me in the street, spun me around, and point blank, I got showered.
With
pepper spray? Yeah. Was it you? No, it wasn't you. It was a redheaded dude. I could see the red hair even through the freaking gas mask he had on.
Does this feel like America to you?
Not at all. My father is spinning in his grave. Spinning in his grave. My father was a Bronze Star recipient and a Purple Heart. And this is the shit, I mean, that he fought for. This right here, this is it. This ain't what he fought for, guys. This ain't at all. No, he fought for a land where all men are created equal. That's what my old man fought for. This ain't what we're seeing now. Not at all. This ain't what we're seeing.
I can feel that emotion coming off of you. What is that emotion that you're feeling?
I don't understand. And I don't think I could ever fester that much hatred for somebody that I would take them intentionally away from their families. Was it you? Was it you that got me the other night? You kind of looking like him. Yeah, you looking like him. You the one that got me? No? You sure? You sure look familiar. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that we are endowed from our Creator with certain inalienable rights.
Oh, Kevin, good to see you again. Oh, so Kevin, can you introduce yourself to folks again?
Kevin Ryan.
Kevin, we spoke to at a protest downtown. You carrying the same sign, dressed very similar. Same thing. I was struck earlier in this protest. We were on this side of the street. You were across, standing just behind a little low metal barrier that's meant to, just keep cars from backing into some property over there. But you were just standing so motionless as police were shoving back other protesters. Where did that sense of just being able to stand stock still in the face of all this state aggression, where does that come from?
I mean, I think there's a lot of power to it, the peaceful protest, the nonviolence. I take great inspiration from the Veterans Against the War in the Vietnam era, and that's what they did. They had silent marches, silent protested. I'm just standing, not doing anything, exercising my First Amendment right. I'm not a threat to anyone, right? But of course, they shoved me, they pushed me, and they moved me around. But I just think, put it on them. I'm here, exercising my right. I'm not affecting anyone. I'm not agitating anyone. I am just expressing myself. I think there's a lot of power to that.
I think folks will understand from the sign, from the medals on your chest, that you're a veteran. But for folks who weren't watching us the last time that we talked to you, walk us through some of your service history.
Sure, I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years active duty, 5 years reserve. I went to Afghanistan, Africa, Europe, Pacific, and last assignment was the Pentagon.
So, we've talked to now a few veterans who have been out here who felt the importance of featuring veteran voices in this moment. In your own words, why is hearing from veterans right now, or veterans being a part of these peaceful protests, why is it important?
Because they're militarizing our cities, and we have to let them know that this is not normal, and veterans have a unique perspective in that.
Militarizing our cities in the United States of America. This is not some third world country where an election is held and then tanks roll down the street because the military doesn't like who was put in power. This is the United States of America over immigration concerns. It's about the number of people who are being allowed to try and live out the American dream in the United States of America. Sorry, Kevin, but I just wanted to really emphasize that point for folks. You're also a teacher here in the Chicago area. This sense of service. Do you see service on the other side of this protest from the authorities here?
I will say I do empathize with the local police that are here. I'm sure they don't want to be here. I'm sure they'd rather be doing their actual jobs of trying to serve and protect their communities. But from the federal agents behind them, it looks like they're enjoying it. Now, there are a few that I ran into who were gentle, right? And so I'm not going to paint all of them with a brush. Everyone has different circumstances they come from, but ICE, these agents, this is something I've never seen before, right? This is not service. They're enjoying terrorizing the community.
Were any of your deployments things that you took joy in to the degree that you're seeing these ICE agents enjoy essentially occupying Chicago right now?
No.
Simple answer. So, you know, where I imagine for you it was like a sense of duty. Like, explain like what should be driving the mission in our federal servants right now, and our civil servants, in the folks who are, you know, wearing the badge over here. What should be the motivating emotions?
Do not comply with unlawful orders, right? And I think that's why Trump is using ICE. He's trying to make his own secret police instead of using the military, because he knows that his generals will resist that, right? Our generals will resist that. So he's trying to militarize ICE and use that as a secret police. Because they don't have that. I mean, sure, they took the same oath to the Constitution, but they were recruited, trained, and paid for by Trump, right? And so for everyone who's in the federal service, do not comply with unlawful orders, remember your oath, and mitigate as much as you can.
Describe, for folks who maybe weren't here watching our stream as when we first got going, when a lot of the pushing, the shoving, the arrests were happening, what were some of the tactics being employed by police, and what were your reactions to it?
They were overly aggressive. And what was really incredible was that there was absolutely no coordination with local law enforcement. So the ICE agents were pushing us one way, the local law enforcement were pushing us the other way. They were sandwiching us together. We didn't know where to go, and I had to ask 3 different officers, where can I stand to peacefully protest my government? They told me, you can stand here, you don't have to move. ICE came and moved me from that spot. Went to another spot, the police moved me from that spot. They kept moving me around. They had no idea that's dangerous. It's dangerous. They don't know how to coordinate, because these ICE agents, they're not local law enforcement. They shouldn't be here, right? They shouldn't be handling this situation. And it's absolutely ridiculous that people can't just peacefully assemble and protest this outrageous policy.
We've seen you out now at 2 different protests. I'm imagining there's a lot where we just didn't notice you being out there, just generally getting the sense from how kind of, I don't know if you want to call it methodical, but certainly you seem to have a game plan here for these sorts of things. How much energy do you have to keep this up? They've got the full force of the federal government behind them. Can you continue to resist that for the foreseeable future?
I'm pretty stubborn. Yes.
And is that the sense that you're getting from your fellow protesters out here?
Yes, yes. This is not normal. We are not going to get tired of this. We are going to continue to stand up until they shut this facility down.
What is the path out of this that you see, if there is one?
What do you mean?
I guess I mean in terms of the increasing authoritarianism that we're seeing employed by the Trump administration.
Public pressure, win elections. The midterm election, we need to win majorities. We need to win elections. We need to win majorities, right? And that's what this public pressure is going to do. And then we can stop all this.
Kevin, any parting thoughts you would want to leave our audience on for a second time?
No, that's what I forgot to mention last time. I'm also running for office. That's why I'm out here.
We keep running into folks who are running for office.
I'm a substitute teacher, but I don't lead with that because I don't want to politicize the event, right? I don't want, because I care more as a veteran than I do as a candidate. But
why is it important for leaders to be out here right now, or people who want to be leaders to be out here right now?
This is in the military, as an officer, you get trained to be at the point of friction, right? This is the point of friction. So leaders need to be at the point of friction, right? You can read in the newspaper, you can see the images of this, but until you're in that pack being pushed around by agents, until you smell the tear gas, right? You don't know exactly how messed up this situation is, right? That's why it's important to be there. Half of everything in life is just showing up.
Kevin, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You'll see the crowd over here has now thinned somewhat, but the police presence has not. This is still all of the Illinois State Police who are lined up here.
I gotta sit this down for a second.
Yeah. We've been out here streaming for hours now, so letting John set down the camera for just a moment, get a break. I certainly need water, need rest. But we're out here telling these stories because they need to be told. We've been here on the ground for more than a week. We're the only, we're an independent outlet. We function just on a few dollars a month that people here and there are able to give us to be able to fund the work of, being here on the ground, out in the sun, in the hot weather, all day alongside these protesters under the fear of being arrested, of being tear gassed. If you are able to support us, please do. We've seen a few mainstream outlets. It's, again, mostly just local people here. I've only seen one News Nation crew, which, as we've noted in the past, has a local presence here in Chicago, so this might be coverage of convenience for them. But otherwise, you don't see much in the way of national press out here. Or when they arrive, they parachute in for a day and then they leave. And they miss so much. and they certainly don't feature the diversity of voices of the people here on the ground. We'll hear just as much from authorities standing on that side, the Greg Bavinos and of the world, than you will from the protesters here in the crowd. So if hearing from these voices is important to you, please consider becoming a paid member for just $5 a month, 16 cents a day. You can keep us here on the ground in Chicago doing this work, telling these undertold stories, these stories that need to be covered. I'm going to step to the side right now to get a breather for myself, and we'll let you take in the scene here for what is happening. But I'll just give you a sense here. It's back to, it looks like it's mostly state police who have taken control of the frontline crowd management again. What's that?
Where's it's in here?
With what?
Water?
Oh, I don't have any water on me. No, I need a breather.
Did you put the bag in your?
No, I didn't want.
All right. I mean, we're gonna cut it off soon.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Told we can kind of wrap whenever.
Yeah.
We can wrap whenever.
All right, yeah, let's wrap it up. Let them know we're gonna be out here. We're gonna record whatever happens.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up here. This crowd is starting to thin out some. We've also seen that the Department of Homeland Security officers have now left. The crowd management has returned to the responsibility of Illinois State Police and local authorities. You've seen more and more cameras show up, especially on this far side of the protest. staying away from where a lot of the action was here behind us, where you saw officers donning gas masks and similar, and shoving, making arrests over here just a little while ago. If you've been with us, thank you very much. I want to make one more plea to you. This is, again, this is the Broadview ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois, where they've been basing out a lot of their action that they've been doing here in the Chicagoland area. We've been on the ground for now more than a week. We're going to continue to be on the ground at least through the weekend to continue to show you more of these protests as they come up, more of the ICE operations here in the city. I look around, I see the media that I see is a lot of local people. There was one News Nation reporter that I saw out here. Where's CNN? Where's the New York Times? You don't see them. And when they do show up, they parachute in and they leave immediately. So if you can, please support us. Please, $5 a month, 16 cents a day goes so long to keeping us on the ground, covering what mainstream media does not. With that said, thank you very much for staying with us for the last, I would think it's probably been about 2 hours, more than 2 hours now that we've been live. We were here on the ground for about an hour before that, gathering other video, other materials that you'll see in some of the videos coming out on our YouTube channel and on our Instagram. So if you're not, subscribe, follow us on those platforms so that you'll get notified about future live streams and see some of the future reports and all the important journalism that we are daring to do here on the ground. We are not afraid to put ourselves, as you see, right on the front lines there to give you a look at exactly how authorities are treating peaceful protesters, are treating the people of Chicago and the people and American citizens, how they're being treated for just trying to exercise their First Amendment right in the general vicinity of an ICE facility. I should note, the ICE facility is a block down that way. The protesters over the days have been steadily moved back and back and back. They continue to demonstrate and they continue to be met with force no matter how far back they are pushed by authorities. So thank you very much for joining us. For Status Coup, I'm JT Siskowski, and we'll see you here shortly.